And going through a lot of stuff, it was easy for me to rap because I always had something to rap about. Going through the stuff that I was going through in the streets, you know what I mean? So yeah,
What was your first time like in the studio?
nervous, but after that, I kind of got the gist of it, and just like anything else, like when you in the gym, boxing and training, you start perfecting your craft. So you know what I mean. First time in the studio was decent, but the more I went, the more I got a hunger for it. Yeah, you in tune to Mr. 106 in Park, Capo, huh? Yeah, and you dealing and rocking with me and JP in Heat Studios. It's serious. Act like you know. I mean, she bringing me heat. We extinguishing everything that ain't fire. You know what I mean? And right now, I'm on fire. I feel special. Have a good night, Capo, huh?
What's up? It's your girl Jenna is Paradise, and I got your guy Shelliano here with me today. How you
Right,
feeling?
right. Good, good. It's good. I appreciate being here.
So you told me earlier that you was a rapper.
hmm
What was your upbringing like?
Um, uh, my upbringing was you know, a little different than most. You know what I mean? Growing up, I was a foster child. So through foster care, I was moved around in a lot of different places, anywhere from like Newville, Philadelphia, Eastern Pennsylvania, around. And then I'm eventually, I outgrew the system. Found myself in West Philadelphia with my foster parents then, and then the rest is what came from down the bottom.
So it's down the bottom where you would say you from?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, West Philadelphia all day. You know what I mean? Um, but besides that, growing up, I was doing a lot of music with different artists from different places. I was I don't know if you're familiar with it with BET 106 in Park. Back in the day with AJ and Free, I was the battle champ of that. Source Magazine battle champ, Smack DVD first battle champ, Coors Light battle champ, Takedown Records battle champ, and front page of the Philadelphia Weekly artist 6-page article written, and a lot of other different accolades, stuff like that. I had dropped the music CD back then called Beautiful Hood Music, and until now, I've been consistently still dropping music all over the internet on all platforms, stuff like that.
How did you think you got interested into the music industry?
Um, growing up, when I was growing up, the golden years, they would call them so much. People did a lot with music, beatboxing, breakdancing, um, popping, different stuff like that. And then my cousins and them used to rap, and I started watching them rapping. And then one day I tried it, you know what I mean? But I wasn't really good. And then somebody really sat down with me and showed me how to start doing the music and articulating it. And then after that, I think I just grew a passion for it. And going through a lot of stuff, it was easy for me to rap because I always had something to rap about. Going through the stuff that I was going through in the streets, you know what I mean? So yeah.
What was your first time like in the studio?
Nervous, but after that, I kind of got the gist of it, and just like anything else, like when you in the gym, boxing and training, you start perfecting your craft. So you know what I mean. First time in the studio was decent, but the more I went, the more I got a hunger for it.
How do you pick like the people you're gonna like go to produce your music and sit down with and talk about your music with?
When it comes to my process of like doing music and analyzing like what I'm gonna do, I go through like a producer whole catalog. So like if I heard of them, or if I got the YouTube channel or the Instagram channel, I go follow them, and then I go through their whole catalog and I find what music capture my heart. You know what I'm saying? Because I can only make music if it comes from the heart. When it come to me, you know what I mean. But and I like soulful producers, people that make tracks. Like I brought my man S Dot with me. He did the track for Jay Z as Doc Carter, You Must Try Harder, recorded with Kelly Rowland and Beyonce and different people like that. And that's what he basically like is into with his music, like soulful music. He make it all, but we like to make soulful music together. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it was kind of funny though because when I first started doing music in the studio, it was different from when I was air rapping outside and battle rapping. When I first started battle rapping, I was with Reed Dollars, me, Rain Man. We had used to do these DVDs called Too Raw for the Streets, like Philly versus New York, Philly versus Harrisburg. So that's where I really my root came from with doing music. But being in the studio, you kind of gotta follow a certain type protocol to make it. You know what I mean? So that was the best part about going to the studio. The studio turned me from a street rapper to an artist because it taught me how to sharpen my blade as far as lyrically and songwriting. Yeah.
How did you pick your name?
Actually, it's funny you asked me that because out of every interview, I don't think nobody really asked me that. And I had got locked up and I turned 18 in the jail cell. So when I got to the jail, the big boy jail, because at the time CFCF wasn't around, it was DC, and the people used to come from upstate down to there. So I looked at like a little kid in the jail, you know what I mean? And my bunkie that I was in that section of the jail with, he was a number runner for a mafia guy named John Stanford back in the day. And every day he used to talk to me about Italian stuff and different Italians and stuff. And since I was young at the time, he said that I was real smart for my age. So he told me about Lucky Luciano. And I was like, yeah, I like Lucky Luciano. And then he was like, Shelliano, just joking around. But I kept it. You know what I mean? And I've been Shelliano ever since. Yeah, man.
What makes you different from other artists? Like some artists, like nowadays, all we hear about like is guns and
Hmm.
how to shoot somebody up and do this, put them in a body bag.
Right,
What makes your music different besides it coming from the heart?
right. Um, I'm not like a one dimensional artist. A lot of people base music around what they think people are like, or like being like, yo, this the trend. So
Mhm.
we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about that. Now, don't get it twisted. In life, I've wrote songs about real life situations, but that's not what I specialize in. I specialize in making good music, and I think that a lot of times people don't really understand originality to be able to really make good music. Not to take away nothing from the youth, but I think that between the youth and the older people, sometimes it's a little battle. So mentally, they don't want to respect their predecessor. So the person that can be the future, not learning what the past was to be better for the future, and the people from the past is hating on the future without school in the future. You know what I'm saying? And I really pretty much stayed stuck to the streets when it came far as music and people and the kids and growing up around them. So I kind of got a certain type of mutual respect from the young bucks because I was never that OG that was like hating on them. But I understand that through the music, sometimes these kids only got a way to spill out their pain that way. But I think they should be mindful on what they saying for simple reasons of the government, how they use it against them. I think that everybody that rap drill music ain't a killer, so you don't need to specialize in it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you good at cooking, just go be a chef. It ain't nothing wrong with being a chef. If you good at singing, go sing. I had to make the transition from the streets to being an artist, and it's not always easy because them shortcuts be seeming like they good, but the pride that you got in when you build something off yourself and your self worth make you understand that it's really all worth it to do everything properly and in a legitimate legal way. You know what I'm saying? So just killing people all day only going to bring that same karma back to yourself, and it's only going to make music only cycle one way. Music is about being free, so I think that people should use it to elevate, to feel free to get out of it, but still tell another side just besides the evil side and what you did when you was, because it ain't really nothing to really glorify, because those songs, that's why they call them pain songs, because you letting out pain through those songs to lift your soul out of it to go into something else greater. And I think that's what the best rappers did, the ones that stuck around for a long time. They told about how they came up, and then they told about the finer things in life and the better how life gets. So I think that's passion. I bring a lot of passion and a lot of different stuff that people don't know or understand from my era to the future. But I still understand the future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand. How do you think your transition was to becoming an artist? Like, what steps did you take? You
Right.
know,
Yeah. I took it. People only gonna take you as serious as you take yourself. So if you want to do music and you don't know a laptop, you don't know this, you don't know monetization, the YouTube and Google show you it all day. You know what I'm saying? You can look and understand about paperwork. You can look and learn about publishing. You can look and learn about monetization. You can look and learn about how to get promoters and how to get shows and how to get casted on events. But I'm not gonna lie to you, it do take money, like everything else, but that's the sacrifice of it. If this is something you choose to do, then you want to make those sacrifices because you don't really want nobody else controlling your destiny. You know what I'm saying? I done had situations and deals. I've been signed to Philly International. I had to deal with Sony when I was 18 for 450,000 for two singles. Me and my folks brought Rico Love, Wale, the Migos. We was one of the first people to pay them to come to the Leocore Center. Um, just different stuff. You know, you do events, you take business, you blend your business. Everything is a hustle. Take that same street hustle and apply it to a legal hustle. Make sure you own everything. Get your LLCs, own your masters, know your EIN number, know how it fluctuates, know how to make sure you can put it to a bank, and then a bank will show you how to get your taxes back. Um, that stuff of that nature. But the best transition that I really figured out was music pay better than selling drugs if you know how to do it, and if you know the right people and you know how to hustle yourself. Like, I take music and I might not play it for everybody, but then it might be a moment like if I go to New England and go see my friends out there or out Connecticut, and I might be just sitting with a white guy thinking it's just a white guy just that don't listen to, you know what I'm saying? And I play my music and they be like, "Oh, this is art, man. I like this, man." And you like, "Oh yeah, thanks, man. You know what I mean? That's a big compliment, man. I appreciate it." And then before the person leave, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I'm Donald Trump lawyer." You know what I'm saying? You don't know, like, you know what I'm saying. You gotta put your music with everybody. Place it, hustle it. I don't care if it's CDs, T-shirts, merchandise. Um, don't have pride. Put some pride to the side, like, if because I know sometimes in Philadelphia it's hard. You know how people is in Philly. They be like, "Oh, I ain't really want to say, man. I don't want to be Joe."
pride. They don't
Yeah,
want to sell their
yeah,
brand. They don't
but
want
you
to be
got to know how to
seen.
communicate. Like, you know what I'm saying? you can't deal with pride when you're trying to get money because everybody been down before. You got to work your way up, and that's the way you got to keep your mentality. I always tell people, gladiators don't break, we conquer and build empires. You know what I'm saying? You don't let people. Everything people told me I couldn't do, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "Oh, I was in West Philly living on, it's crazy down there. It was crazy back then. So what I mean. People used to laugh and be like, "Yo, get out of here, man. You chill, you out here. You ain't gonna never be on TV." Those same people, not to say it in a bad way, had more than me at that time. But those same people end up being indicted and watching me represent for us from TV. You know what I'm saying? So you can't. It's all in the way of law planning for you. You can't make it seem like one man or a person or hatred can stop you. You can't let that stop you. You gotta look through people like holograms and keep focus on your vision, and you gonna get it. Because everything that I put into the world, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And I might not be the richest person because I had my ups and I had my downs, but I touched a lot of money and I did it all myself. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of kids that got talent that can get deals. And what I tell people too about getting deals is that's like a bank loan. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with all that getting in deals. I tell most people stay independent and try to get distribution. You know what I'm saying? So you could be your own boss. You don't want to really be under labels because then they kind of control your creativity and then they kind of control your money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of artists that pass, um, King Vaughn, MO3, Nipsey Hussle, different people like that. I respect them, even though they left this earth. They made sure that all their money went to their children. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, dealing with these labels and stuff, you might owe them money when you pass. And then the burden is still on your family and stuff like that. So you want to own all your money, your masters and everything, because that's when you really a boss. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And bosses feed other people. Music can do that. You know what I mean? I remember when me and my homie first started, he had pressed up some CDs for me. And that's when the CD era was going on and all that. But I had $2, and on my birthday, he made that CD. And in the next 4 months, we made $80,000 off. That's it's all about how you, and that was just bouncing from state to state, going here, going here, going here, taking your name here, going here, grinding. Because sometimes music is like how they say it. It's an emotion. So you looking for people that you never know that can capture the right emotion. If it's a love song, a girl that just want to keep that song, she love that song. But one girl might know 1,000 people. You know what I mean? So you know the transition is from being to being a good artist, and being an artist is one, knowing to own my own stuff, and putting my own money into myself.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That was the best thing I think any artist could do. Don't nobody like you when you look for him. You know what I mean? Don't nobody, what I mean? People, they automatically feel like they got control over you.
Right.
And we don't want that. You know what I mean? Stay independent, work hard, and get yours.
A lot of the artists we see nowadays, they come from like the streets or like a
Right.
background that you had.
Mm-hmm.
How did you like get away from the streets and pick the like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go all in with this? Like, what was the steps you took to that? Because like you mentioned, King Von, he passed away. Yeah, he was an
Right.
artist, but he was an
Yeah.
artist still in the streets.
Yeah.
Whereas though you got artists that's not in the streets no more and they like really doing their
Right.
big one. How do you get away from the streets while being an artist?
I think I think like I think when you ambitious, and I think if people not really in your circle really supporting it the way that they support it, I think you should first look at that, because when you got that, your circle kind of make you. You know what I mean? Like who you keep around you. You want to keep smart people around you. You don't want to have no liabilities and people around you that just want to pull you to do wild shit. If you got people on your side that's saying, "Yo, um, come on, man, let's go to the studio. Let's go make this music, man. Let's go over here so we can, and pulling them away from what they used to, that kind of help. You know what I'm saying? I got friends, and what they would do is be like, "Yo, we going out here. We going to Connecticut." I'm like, "For what?" But then when I get out Connecticut, I'm loving it. They're like, "Yo, we going to New England. Go to New England." I'm happy. Like, "Yo, what we doing in New England?" But I'm loving it because I'm getting time to think. I'm getting time to make music, and I'm like being woke and consciously instead of seeing cop sirens and people getting shot all the time. I see people that got houses and grass and people that got dogs running on the lawn. It kind of make you want that. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna say kind of, it make you want it. You know what I mean? So it ain't. I think that it's for peace of mind in general, but I think artists need to get away and focus on their craft and seclude themselves until they know their business and all that. And then when they get all that right, drop on them. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from, if you can't get no money, dead. And you can't get no money warring because wars cost money. So just running around shooting and running around just doing wild stuff without nothing to rely on is like a a dead end. So I think the young boys, I think that they need to think more about money and the future generational wealth, which is probably hard for them to see at their age right now with all the stuff that's going on. But it don't hurt to strive to be something different because a lot of people out here just want. I just look at it. I'm looking at everybody. They dressing the same. Everybody wearing this. Everybody doing this. Everybody. Originality and like digging deep into yourself is what you owe to yourself in order to be the best you. You know what I mean? And like following people and looking at stuff, it's another that everybody sees when you out here and you shooting and you constantly running around killing how it ends up. Don't nobody really win with that. You know what I mean? So, I say to all artists, stay focused and keep a good circle around you of people that want to see you win and happy when you win and don't get envious of when you win and want to destroy you. Because sometimes you can get destroyed by the people close to you just because they're not used to you rising. Some people just not used to, change. You know what I mean? It's different when you see somebody and y'all drinking some beer on the corner together, and then you see somebody pull up in a white Benz, hopping out with a fur coat on, talking about what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, "Yo, what's up?" Some people get mad and feel like it should be theirs without the putting in the work that you put in. But you got to be mindful of stuff like that, and you got to be focused on putting, like I said, putting money into yourself, understanding the business, understanding the culture. Go back, listen to music, go listen to stuff too, like what I mean. Figure out what the greats was doing and see how it applied to yourself. Um, Protect your energy. You know what I mean. If stuff ain't right, man, stay away from it. Stay focused on your goals. Stay focused on the positive stuff in life. You know what I mean? Your kids. I mean, I used to use my kids for my motivation and like my wife motivation. Like, you know what I mean? People that's like, I like good people around me. That's going to make you want to reach your goals, the support of that type stuff. People that's out there want to give you a bundle or want to see you go out here and they give you a gun, but if you're hungry, won't give you no money for food, stuff like that. You got to watch out for it. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, you know what I mean? Artists, you know what I mean? Stay focused on your goal and stay away from suckers and stay away from people that's trying to drag you down. You know what I mean? Study what you into. Just like people study for football, like people study for baseball, like people study for everything else. Study music like that. Study the greats. I'm talking about all aspects of music. I don't even listen to rap all the time. I'll be sitting in the house, I'll be listening to Russian opera. It's like, what's that? Well, it might sound funny to some people, but I'm looking for the sound that I could get, tell the producer how he could cut from that sample, put that in here and mix that. You know what I mean? Because that might make a hit. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm for the culture of it, man. The hip hop purest form of it. You know what I mean? A lot of people in it for entertainment. A lot of people in it for different reasons. If they in it for the money, that's cool. You know what I mean? But I'm in it for my just due and leaving my print and my legacy on the world to finish off what I've been doing. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you got the support you needed to get where you at today?
I think. I mean, I no. I mean, the support from my folks, I get support far as like, yeah, Shell, we hope you win.
Mhm.
But, you know, I do it myself, you know what I mean? And then other people come support from other places. So sometimes it'd be like, it might be a stranger that really like your music and want to support you all the way. You might got somebody that's around you that might be around you all the time, but don't ever want to put nothing into you. So you know, you just gotta separate that type stuff. You know what I mean? Friendships from people that support it. So I try to keep that like real separate. You know what I mean? I have supporters, but I think the people that should have been supporting me, that should have been around me, I think they wait till other people support me and then they should jump up for the support. I'm just being honest. In Philadelphia, you know what I mean?
It's like that sometimes.
I mean, you go out New England or you go out places like Virginia and different places, they attitude just not like that.
Mhm.
Like they more embracive, they more welcoming into the music. They more understanding. They want to hear what you got to say. Philadelphia, you know, we go through so much that people be like, man, I don't wear that rich. You know what I mean? You know how people
Yeah,
is.
cause like I went to Atlanta one time and like the vibe was different. Everybody's so friendly. I'm like, yo,
Hmm.
why he keep talking to me? But
Yeah,
that's their Philly mindset,
right.
and then trick you out your spot because it's like, dang, we so mean to each other in Philly. We don't know how to
Hmm.
react when we get in,
Right. And a
nice
person might
people.
be really just digging your style. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But we so used to people like, what you looking at? Or like, what
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? We'll only be knowing we mentally affected by it.
Why you
Until,
speaking to me like?
yeah, I was somewhere before and we was way out and he was staring. It was a white, it was some people, it was like in a market somewhere. He was staring and I'm like, what is he staring at? And I'm like really shook by this shit like, yo. So I'm like, yo, do I know you? He was like, yo, I'm a fan of your music. You know what I mean? Nice to meet you. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh shit. Excuse me. You know what I mean? But I'm like, oh. So it make you look like, you know what I mean? You gotta know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes everybody ain't coming like that. You know what I mean? Philadelphia, it's a hard place, man, but I ain't gonna lie. It definitely sharpened me as an artist to be able to carry on to other places. You know what I mean? You know how it is. We from Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were saying earlier that like you use your wife and your kids to
Hmm.
motivate you.
Yeah, definitely.
Before you had like your wife or your kids in your
Hmm.
life, how did you stay motivated? Because like you said, you from Philly, you
The
came up with
block,
coffee.
wanting to see my folks from the block, like not have to hustle.
Mm.
Like I want to save that. I think my whole thing from the gate was like, yo, I want to save my hood. I want to save my people I love. Then maybe I could tell some to these people that they're like, then I get a blessing and I could be able to help my folks. That's what it was.
Is that still your mindset now?
I mean, in some ways, you know, I did. You know what I mean? And I think I helped a lot of people. I think I helped a lot of people before rap. I think that it's definitely gonna always be in my mind state to love where I come from and love little black kids from poverty.
Mm.
I come from nothing. So I respect anything that's like me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
How do you invest into the community now? Like, what are some ways you
I
contribute?
mean, I probably done everything I done got off rap and get half of it back to the hood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I go places and and it might be the middle of the night and I shouldn't be in there. It's after hours, whatever. You know what I mean? People be like, "Sure, what you doing in here?" But if I'm scared to be in my backyard, I ain't a pit no more. You know what I mean? So I go through there because I don't never want to lose grasp of reality. And reality is, as black people and as a whole, we hurting. So When I'm in the hood and I'm down there and I'm in the bottom, I bring out money just to help my folks. Like it don't matter what it is, whether it's sneakers, whether it's a drink, whether it's a hug, whether it's I'm dropping them off somewhere, I'm always spending money in the hood. I invest in other people that do independent, marketing and clothing and gymnasiums and stuff of that sort. Just in general, I'm always gonna get back to the hood. I ain't never no bigger than nobody that come from down here. I just got some accolades. Yeah, man.
Before you became an artist, was there any career you was looking forward into like?
Um, I had jobs. Sometimes, especially coming from my era,
Mhm.
switching from the CD era to the flash drive era to the you on all platforms because people get a bunch of followers and people are like, yo, they that, and I'm like, I come from an era where you really had to travel and meet people to make that contact like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, um, music sometimes through the shift of it, what I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to have jobs all sorts. Like even though I was rapping, I was doing security for luxury condos. I still got a clothing line. I got another LLC nonprofit. I did black male engagement where I was a street reporter for the stereotypes of black men and black kids. I did the seminars at Temple. I done Vision Quest. I done, you know what I mean? I go through the groundwork, you know what I mean? However we gotta do it. Or however I gotta do it, you know what I mean? That's why I get a lot of love in the streets, cause I don't be running around fraud. You know what I mean? It's like it is what it is. You might see me in a Civic today, you might see me in a drop top tomorrow. Whatever I'm blessed with, I'm blessed with. But the whole attitude is keep grinding. You know what I mean? Don't never stop grinding. Don't never stop hustling. Cause you know what I mean? You can't get lazy. I see a lot of people, they know what it is with me lyrically. They ain't gonna say it, but me, all them dudes come up around me. You know what I'm saying? So they know what it is with me with the rap shit. You know what I mean? But far as just like with Philly, like I'm saying, it's a lot of artists I know. I grew up with Beans, PD Crack, Freeway. You know what I mean? I'm watching Meek. My little cousin is Santos. Like you know what I mean? I got family members. In the mix of this music stuff, my cousin Dutchy from Major Figures, different stuff like that. And one thing I know about music and when it comes to Philly, we all got love for each other, but you on your own when it comes to that music. You know what I mean? Because I mean, if you think about it, who in Philadelphia really giving people deals? Like, I think it's detrimental. I mean, it's detrimental for the city to have a musical power structure. You know what I mean? All we really hear about is Cosmic Kev DJing, which he's a DJ that promotes music. But where are the people that's manufacturing, putting out Philadelphia artists? And I think that's where we lacking at. You know what I mean? I don't see nobody doing it.
Yeah, I actually got an interview with him coming up. So
Huh.
DJ Cosmic Cash.
Oh yeah.
So there might be a question like I touch base on, like how do you think, you know?
Yeah, I know Kev. Kev know me. We gave Kev. Well, I ain't even going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cosmic Kev, man, doing whatever he do as a DJ. Um, but still, I feel as though Cosmic Kev could be definitely spending a lot of Philadelphia artists. You know what I mean? Records that's out here that have been people for a lot of years that have been legendary, even without his help. And that's a big achievement. Like when you people get, when we did the Too Raw for the Streets, Eminem even put it on his Rap God video. You know what I mean? If Eminem paid attention to us, like why our city ain't found a way to pay attention
Right.
to us? You know what I'm saying? And do we got to rap a certain way for you to pay attention to us? I think that just take away the whole organic thing of the culture. You know what I mean? You're not signing no artists, and then yet alone y'all not signing artists with no originality. And that's kind of why I'm not battle rapping, because with the Smack DVD rapping and stuff now, when we was battle rapping, we ain't had no security and we wasn't getting paid. We had the city on our back and our life was on the line. So it can't never be the same. You got people coming in these arenas and then they talking and they rapping and then they saying stuff like, if I hit you with this gun and I hit you with this gun, two bullets equal this and then drop it. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you do. But if you are artist and you come in there just trying to rap, like you notice when Philly rappers start trying to get in there, we had to conform to their style of rap
Right.
because they would dumb down ours and be like, oh, come on with that old head stuff or that stuff. No, that old head stuff and all that stuff is the stuff that made it classic. So, don't downplay it, respect it for what it is, and figure out a way to keep it true to the culture, not take away from the culture and then act like that part of the culture don't exist because it's too hard for you to do. You got a lot of people that be like, oh yeah, when he spit, because they be surprised how I can rap when I rap around them. And then they like, yo, but he an old head though, he an OG, you know what I mean? What did that got to do with anything?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We talking about talent. Don't worry about age and basing it on this and basing it on that. Just like I know it's the young bucks. I'm not going out there doing what them young bucks doing. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing wrong with it. They having fun. Look, we grew up watching Crisscross. They wore their pants backwards, zipper on it, talking about miggity, 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 miggity. You know what I mean? We all had our ways. So I'm not hating on the young boys. They got their own thing going on. Some stuff I might can't rock with, but that's just like I can't rock with it. Like when we was walking around and we had our pants like hanging off our ass. Oh, he's like, yo, pull your pants up, young boy. But now, you know what I mean, you got the young boys and they joints be tight.
Yeah.
You be like, damn, God damn. You know what I mean? But some of them be fly. Like it ain't like they don't be fly. It just be they look, man, I don't know. Cause I ain't used to grown men. A lot of these young boys, they be grown, they be like 20 something, but they look like 17 or like 16, and they skinny. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what it's cut for them. You know what I mean? But I ain't searching, drinking scissor up and all that, pop pills and all that. I don't know, you know what I mean? But with they music and stuff, when I'm in the club and I hear certain stuff come on in the club, if it's hot, it's hot. I be liking the young boy stuff if it's hot. But if it's just not saying nothing and it's just like I be like, here we go. Because that's if they paying them a lot of money, then that's where the culture shifts. And it's like, you gotta listen to it. It's like people really getting tired of it. That music. Because it's not saying nothing. You know what I mean? I be flipping, I be getting, I like hustle from my chicken. You like, all right, come all right, well, what else we gonna get out of this?
Like I heard
Yeah, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, but to each his own, and to the youngins, you know what I mean? Because you got some of them that's very, very talented, like the young boy. What's the one that's locked up? Tory Lanez. I'm mad he locked up because he got a lot of talent, but that lifestyle and all that stuff that be going along with it be destroying the youth sometimes. You know what I mean? People be trying to get rich just to go back to the hood and get killed. Shit like that. You like, damn, you made it. You made it. Y'all got millions. Go get you a skyscraper condo away from everybody. Put you a studio in that joint and make hits and feed your neighborhood and put the young boys on to make hits too. But not go out here and get a deal and get murdered. That don't even make no sense. You made it to your epitome at a young age to be able to boss up and feed your family forever and get killed. That's bad, man. It's a lot of bad shit, bad stuff going on out here, man. So I just advise everybody to just stay safe, man, and stay focused on your goals, focus on your dreams. Like I said, if you good at sewing, and ain't nothing wrong with it, cause you a thug, you gotta be a thug. Man, go stitch that stuff up, man. You got people that's out here making Louis bags and getting contracts from Louis Vuitton because they doing it better than them with less. You know what I mean? Yeah.
What was high school like for you?
High school was dope. I went to University High. You know what I mean? Um, school was different. Like, you know what I mean? It was a fashion show, but it was like, you know what I mean? It was a lot of special people came out in the year like that. That my man, that my folks that played for Temple, Brooklyn Borough, he won the championship at that time when I was there. Um, High school was good, you know what I mean? But you know, eventually and like at 11th, you know what I mean? I ain't graduate because I kept getting moved around, like I told you with the foster care stuff. So it was kind of hard for me to be stable at schools, but I went to a lot of schools and got educated by a lot of different people. You know what I mean? So shit, I need to have 5 diplomas for how many schools I've been to. You know what I mean? But
Right.
high school was decent. You know what I mean? High school was back then, though, it was good. Like, you know, people in the bathroom, you know what I mean, might be making some beats on the walls, rap off of it. People might be shooting some dice, but it wasn't violent like the in high school. Like you had a chance to go to school. Like, you know what I mean? It wasn't gang affiliated or nothing like that back then. Like, you know, now young boys can't go to school. They like, yo, I can't go to that school. My ops there. You know what I mean?
But you know the thing with that, a lot of kids really don't be having like real ops. They just
Yeah.
be scared of getting jumped. It don't
Yeah.
really be like ops though. Like
Yeah.
you could like a girl or whatever, and then a lot of these situations with that girl or whatever, she'll
hmm
get you lying. Then you forever got beef with this person,
Oh
and it don't
no,
gotta be that way.
definitely. You know what I mean? Last year I lost my stepson. You know what I mean? And you know, like it's crazy I am, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I remember him graduating, and then I remember him going back with his mom after he lived with me, and then it turned from like graduation to like hustling, and then from hustling to shooting, and then his demise. You know what I mean? So, and it's crazy because I couldn't see it. Like it was like, you know, you see your kids and stuff. You're like, yo, man, you know what I mean? You see them. You know what I mean? You don't see what they could be doing out in the streets or what people was asking them to do when they leave with their homies. And you think they just regular kids going out to some movies or something, and they like jumping in a stolen car, spending a block on somebody. Like, you know what I mean? Shit real out here. Like, you know what I mean? So that's another reason why I feel like we need a musical power structure because most of the people that be getting into a lot of stuff be little artists, like little music people. And it would be better if they could change their life and you somebody can save their life with by giving them a deal and making them focus because if they could show and have a whole block of people that follow him doing negative and he getting money, then he can have a whole bunch of people doing positive with that shift. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't nobody doing it. It's a bunch of people coming back to the city saying, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that, I'm getting money. But you ain't signing no Philly people. You're not signing no young Philly artists. You're not signing nobody. You keeping it for yourself and then you sucking the city dry with these extra high tickets to come to these shows, to be this, to be that. And these people are die for you, cry for you. And you're not feeding them. It's a shame, man. Philadelphia, it definitely needs some rearranging. It do. I mean, how many babies gotta die, or people just looking like Michael Jordans that's could have made it. And then it's other people that be blocking other people too, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, instead of giving a person good word and being like, yo, yeah, I know about that artist. Yeah, I mean, blah blah blah. Yeah, he hot. Yeah, you should sign him. They're like, man, you don't know, man. You don't want them niggas around you, man. They might rob you.
Mm.
You're like, damn. You know what I mean?
But like that's the whole point of me trying to like get you to get
Right.
them a deal
But
so
the
they don't rob you.
yeah, right, like you know what I'm saying. But the nigga never had robbery on his crime record. Like, why you telling people that? You know what I'm saying? So it just go to show like negative energy, like just the stuff like I'll just need somebody from Philadelphia to really start a label up and boss up like they say and like really help the children and help the people stop. Like that's why the young boys don't be really wanting to hear that shit. Because the always be like, yeah, I'm a boss, man. I such. I mean, I got $1,000 shoes on. Don't nobody care. It's 10 kids hungry around the corner, and you know all their parents.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like that's why I'm not impressed with none of it. I'm sorry because I don't want this to go left. But when it start
No,
getting into
this
this,
your truth. It's
when it
just
start getting into this type stuff, it like really curved me because young dudes be thinking that these bulls be them guys, like they them. No, it's a facade. It is a facade. Like you, like it's terrible how people mislead the young boys. It's terrible how the old heads take young boys and get them to do shit that they got more heart to do than the old head. You know what I mean? It's a lot of misguide and mislead and false people out here claiming they got money, claiming it. Put them to the test. Put them to the test. Don't come back talking about your tax write-offs. What do you really do? If you go anywhere in my hood and ask anybody from down the bottom where I'm from, they gonna speak highly of me. And they're not gonna try to play me on that because I come from an era where you had to be cut all the way around. If you was gonna be real to the streets, you had to be real to the streets. If you gonna be real to rap, you had to be real to rap. But you got to be real to everything you put your name on, everything you about. And these dudes, they don't understand it. That's why these young boys really see their moms, because their moms be real harder than these niggas. So they be like following their mom, but they be still getting the sensitive part from their mom. So that's why they click in their brain. They so emotional to kill. Because they got so much anger in them, because the person that they look for to be the man to teach them, he was nowhere to be found. And these other dudes that's around, these fake uncles, fake people, fake just the whole nature of Philadelphia gotta change. It's like a hypocritical place. We like the city of brotherly love. How? It's the city of guns, drugs, and hate. They need to change the name. It's the second worst name in the United States of America. Because ain't nothing united in America. I ain't seen no unity yet. Back in the day, Michael Jackson told people, hold hands, we are the world. Nowadays, stuff done changed, man. Back in the day when I grew up, people used to slow drag. It was slow drag parties. You don't even know what that is, do you? Look at it. See what I mean? See the youth. But look, good girls and people got made from this because people really was in love. Mm-hmm. People really met each other, and they would be in the corner, and somebody be over in the corner, and a song would come on, like their favorite joint, like, and, they be listening, they be looking, and the girl be scouring the room for the boy she like, the boy looking, and if they connect, and it's them, like, who really want each other, they get up and they hold each other close, and they slow drag, and they dance the night away, right? They can never get that close to each other now. They can never get that touch. That's not happening. Back before, if car doors got open, yeah, I mean, it was wet, so your wife ain't catching pneumonia. You put your jacket on. I don't care if it's rain on the ground for her to walk on it to get into the house. They don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nobody there to teach them it either. You know what I'm saying? So if a man not there to teach a young boy nothing, what else is happening? They become sexual deviants because there ain't nobody there to teach them, like, son, you don't do this. You don't do that. You treat a woman like this. You do this. You do that. You know what I mean? You got the mind frame of he bouncing right back around. Now he feel like he got to be the man of the house. So if he younger, he got to be the man of the house. What's the first thing he gonna get? A gun. Because he like, I ain't letting nobody play me and my family. Nobody not harm me. You know what I mean? That's how it was. I know I'm a product of it. You know what I'm saying? So when you get people that been through that type of stuff, usually they got a story to tell. That's why you get the greats like DMX. You know what I mean? Because DMX kind of filled the void of Tupac. Don't you think that? DMX kind of filled the void of losing Tupac. At one point in time, like Tupac was like, that. See, I'm from the era of the Biggie Smalls and Tupac, Nas, Jay-Z's. You know what I'm saying? So I watched two people run a whole coast. One dude ran the West Coast, one dude ran ran the East Coast. That's enough power to run as president. These dudes is running coast. And then, you know what I mean, both of them died. And it's sad, you know what I mean? But that's how much I know that the culture impacts the game. You know what I mean? And if you got a lot of people that don't really know that, they don't even understand where the culture come from. And I think that if people really understood it and understood where they come from and understood who they are, I think the world would be a lot. Philadelphia definitely would be a lot different. You know what I mean? I think right now that through that COVID stuff, the mask, all that other stuff, people dying back to back, a lot of people getting killed, generational shifts. I think that the city gained an identity crisis. And I think that people need to really go back to if you from somewhere and from with your family and most people don't even know what they are. You know what I mean? Most people really don't even know what they are. Like they never really did a lineage, found out who their heritage is or what they come from. Some people walk around thinking they're American and they have such and such, have such and such, and wonder why they eat this and why they do this, and you know what I mean. So it's a lot of confusion going on. It's a lot of young boys that don't got no righteous path, and the OGs ain't making it no better that claim that they the bosses of the city by not letting them have an outlet to be able to show that they can be better. And the reason why is because people greedy. This is why I'm not on a major, like all the way rich. Like I done had mansions. I had Benzes. I know about losing 450,000, 80,000 here. I did it. They better get their history. You know what I mean? And I know about having money on the streets, like we had a deal on the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I've been around money my whole life. I never let money make me. You know what I mean? I never let because I mean at the end of the day, you know, we all got to go. Only thing in life is guaranteed is death. You know what I mean? A lot of people fear death because of how they live.
Right.
You know what I mean? If you was living right, you wouldn't be fearing. You know what I mean? So, you know, at the end of the day, I think that everybody right now is in a form of like blinded by all the material shit and all the stuff in the world that don't mean nothing because one inhale and exhale, if you can't do it, is worth all the money in the world. You know what I mean? So with that being said, you know what I mean? I just think that like these bosses need to boss up, have some outlets for these young boys, stop being greedy about money and watching blood spill and do something about it. Stop saying I don't fuck with the young boys. You don't fuck with the young boys because you're scared of them. You scared of them because you're not real. You're not real because you got money and you're not helping. It's like I think it makes plenty of sense. You know what I'm saying? And people gotta stop supporting haters. Like people got if a person looking at you and he's saying, "Oh man, she Muslim man, she ain't." Oh man, you know what I mean? We're the person that used to be like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? Why you hating on that Muslim over there? Like what's wrong with you? What you sad or something? Something going on with you? Your family member died or something? You just miserable, man."
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't got that no more. You got followers. So you got people that's like, yo, I'm in it. This is what it is. Like I'm him. And I'm a hater and whatever else. And people be like, yo, that's my man. Cause he got money. Be honest. Like it ain't nothing wrong with being a man. Be honest about everything. People be like, yo, young thug. I was like, yeah, young thug makes some alright music. But if I can't understand what you pushing on me, I can't really get into your music. You know what I mean? I can't understand it. I gotta make sense to me. If I see a person and they playing basketball in a dress and you a man, I'm not saying I'm judging you. I'm saying it don't make sense to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't get into the music. I get into other types of music for other types of reasons. That's why I listen to a vast majority of music. So my whole outlook on music is different to be original for myself. You know what I mean? And I think, basically that's it, man. You know what I mean? Anything else you gotta ask me?
Two more questions before we close out.
All right.
I want to tap back into like your upbringing.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying you were in a foster care system, or you grew up in a foster care system.
Yeah, my mom was on crack. Um, my dad had life. You know what I'm saying? And through my mom being high, back when crack first came out, people didn't know the reactions of it.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like, oh, you knew that this was going to happen or this was going to happen if she couldn't get high, if she couldn't, like, you know what I mean? So my mom did what she thought was best for me and put me in VHS so I could be around people that had a stable lifestyle. You know what I mean? And rest in peace to my mom. She died a few years ago from breast cancer. But, she was a queen before she left, she had 18 years clean. You know what I mean? She left me a house. She left me knowledge. You know what I mean? So with that, I'm satisfied and grateful.
Mm. Last question before we close out is if you had anything to say like to the youth, like to get them to get where you at, or
Hmm.
like with some motivation you could
No,
tell
I
them.
would tell them be better than me. You know what I mean? And I would say, keep your surroundings positive, protect your energy, get into yourself, get into your spirituality, open your mind and keep it open for everything. Like be a sponge. If you see something that makes sense, don't let it go through one ear and out the other. If somebody give you good knowledge and teach you something, be able to digest it and be able to, perfect it and put it to your craft and to how you moving out here. You know what I mean? Stay real, stay authentic, stay original, and stay trying to be the best person you could be because we all go through quadrants in life, and the only way that we can be the best us is to know all our flaws so we can fix them. So, you know what I mean? With that being said, study the game, y'all. Respect your predecessors and work hard, man. Don't stop. You know what I mean? Because you never know where you land when you grind. People told me that I wouldn't amount to nothing, and then one day I turned around and was sitting in a mansion. And then, you know what I mean? But I got big headed at one time too. So, that could be stripped from you. You know what I'm saying? When you start forgetting what you do things for. You know what I mean? Stay true to your core, stay true to yourself, man. Stay true to your people, and stay true to your loved ones. Your family, your daughters, your kids, and all that, that's your diamonds. That's your diamond chains right there. That's the money. You know what I mean? Everything else is just holograms, man. You know what I mean? It come and go. You know what I mean? Shelliano, man. New album coming, new videos up. If y'all ain't get a chance, like to really know who I was, now y'all know. You can check my videos out. I got videos all over the internet right now. Who am I? Ryder just got 26,000 views. I got a lot of videos up, man. And I'm also working on a movie with my brother off of Franklin and Diamonds, you know what I mean? So y'all, you know what I mean? Stay tuned, man. My Instagram is Shelliano CEO or Black Aristocrat Inc. My Facebook, Shelliano. My YouTube, Shelliano. You can Google Shelliano. MySpace, Shelliano. It's like, MySpace. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed myself up here today, and I appreciate you having me up here, man. Like it was real enlightening. I ain't even know like I've been through so much. Sometimes it's hard to answer some of them questions you ask. You know what I mean? You did good. Thank you.
I appreciate you for coming through. I hope to see
Yeah,
you again soon.
yeah. We're gonna make sure a bunch of celebrities come through. Capo, hey.